Welcome back to Chapters 7 and 8, Fizz and the Police Dog Tryouts by Leslie Gibbs, a police dog adventure. Welcome back to Chapters 7 and 8. It's called The Final Test. We'll find out if he can pass his final test. This, of course, is the book called Fizz and the Police Dog Tryouts by Leslie Gibbs, an Australian author, police dog adventure. The final test. There's a lot of finger pointing going on right there. Whoa, Fizz, you're amazing. You should have seen Amadeus at the scare test. He was so mad I thought he was going to explode. You look scary, too. I bet Bruno has nightmares about cabbages now, laughed Fizz. They're pretty happy. Would the 10 remaining dogs please take their places for the chase and catch test, said Sergeant Stern. Fizz, Benny, Razor, Bruno, and Amadeus were all still in the competition, along with 5 other dogs. Congratulations! You are the top 10 dogs today, but only one of you will become the next Sunnyvale City police dog. This final test will decide the winner. Please form one line for the chase and catch, said Sergeant Stern. A police officer disguised as a burglar joined Sergeant Stern. The burglar, in quotation marks, was dressed in black with an eye mask and a big black hat. Ooh, look at that shadow. There he is right there. Catch the burglar and bring him down for a speedy arrest, instructed Sergeant Stern. You have 5 minutes and 5 minutes only to bring the burglar to the ground. Take too long and you're out of there. Fizz felt confident about the chase because he was a fast runner, but he wasn't a big dog and he didn't have the weight that was needed to pull a man to the ground. Fizz looked at the burglar. He was nimble, fast on his feet. If Fizz wanted to be a police dog, he would have to pass this final test. But however was he going to do it? I'll have to think real quick. Fizz watched as dog after dog tried to bring the burglar down. Razor, Bruno, and Benny had all tried, but the burglar was still standing. Bad luck, Benny. You almost had him, said Fizz. I don't mind, said Benny, looking at his feet. I really want to be a rescue dog anyway. Only Fizz and Amadeus were left, and Fizz was next. If he couldn't bring the burglar to his knees, his dream of being a police dog was over. He'd spend the rest of his life as a show dog. Fizz's nose went dry and his heart raced. This is it, Fizz. It's between you and Amadeus now. Good luck. You can do it. I know you can, said Benny. Let's hope. Amadeus is awful big, though. Let's hope. Ready, Fizz? Asked Sergeant Stern. Fizz took a long, deep breath and nodded. Remember, Fizz, you have only 5 minutes, warned Sergeant Stern. Take your place at the starting line. Ready, set, go. He pressed the start button on his stopwatch. The burglar made a speedy escape. Fizz raced after him, his white paws thumped and skidded on the loose dirt of the compound. Fizz pushed his legs harder and faster. He chased the burglar in and out of old crates and boxes. 4 minutes left, called Sergeant Stern. Fizz was right behind the burglar. Jump, Fizz, jump, yelled Benny. Fizz pushed on with all his strength. His muscles burned. Suddenly a sharp pain shot through his sore paw. As Fizz stumbled, the burglar sped away. Keep trying, yelled Benny. Good friend does that, right? Encourages. Fizz ran faster and faster. He closed in on the burglar. 3 minutes left, called Sergeant Stern. Jump, howled Benny. But Fizz didn't jump. He kept on running right past the burglar. What are you doing, Fizz? Go back, yelled Benny. Loser, said Amadeus. You're supposed to catch him, not race him, Powder Puff. Fizz searched frantically for a way to get up higher. If his paw was too sore to jump the burglar in one leap, then he'd have to do it in smaller ones. He saw his chance. He ran toward the abandoned getaway car and jumped onto the rusty hood. His claws screeched as he slid toward the windshield. Thud! Fizz scrambled onto the roof of the car and waited. Look, there's even a spider. He's got a plan, shouted Benny. Watch, everyone. 2 minutes left, called Sergeant Stern. Fizz leaped high into the air just as the burglar was passing the car. With his fur flying in all directions, Fizz landed thump right on the burglar's head. The burglar stumbled, but Fizz held on tight. Then he pushed the burglar's black hat down hard over his eyes. The burglar can't see, yelled the large Dalmatian to the crowd. The man wriggled the hat, but it was stuck fast over his eyes. 1 minute left, called Sergeant Stern, holding his stopwatch aloft. Quick as a flea, Fizz grabbed the burglar's trousers and tugged them to the ground. Then he clamped the burglar's black belt with his teeth and pulled it tight around the man's ankles. Fizz pulled and pulled till his jaw ached. With both feet tied together and the hat over his eyes, the burglar started to lose his balance. Fizz yanked harder. The burglar wobbled and tottered. That means like fell over, right? Woohoo! I'm going to win, thought Fizz. Just one more pull and I'll bring him down. Oh, no. He's going to do it. He's going to win, shouted Benny, bouncing like a beach ball. Fizz was dizzy with anticipation. I'm going to be a police dog. I really am. Then, out of nowhere, a dark, menacing body leaped over Fizz's head and landed heavily upon the burglar's chest. The crowd gasped. Oh, no! The burglar toppled to the ground. Sergeant Stern pressed the stop button on his stopwatch. Your time's up, Powder Puff, growled Amadeus. Fizz crumpled with disappointment. Amadeus had brought the burglar down. His dream of being a police dog was over. Amadeus would be the new Sunnyvale city police dog. Bruno and Razor howled with delight. I'll never be anything more than a lapdog, thought Fizz as he trudged back to where Benny and Sergeant Stern were waiting. I'm so sorry, Fizz, said Benny, running to meet him. The winner, announced Sergeant Stern of the City Police Dog Tryouts. And our brand new Sunnyvale City Police Dog is Amadeus. Amadeus gave out a loud victory howl. Razor and Bruno barked madly. Congratulations, Amadeus, said Fizz politely. The best dog won, Powder Puff, growled Amadeus. I'm the new city police dog. Don't you forget it. It's time for you to go back to puppy school where you belong. Then he turned his back on Fizz and howled at the crowd. I am Amadeus the Awesome. I must be dreaming. 8. I must be dreaming. Remember, Amadeus the Awesome became the new city police dog? Fizz is really sad because he does not want to be a show dog. I'm sorry, Fizz, said Sergeant Stern, patting Fizz on the back. You did very well, but you just don't look like a police dog. Fizz drooped. Even Sergeant Stern thought he was just a little fluffy dog. Which is a very good thing, continued Sergeant Stern, because it makes you perfect for our undercover dog division. All that fuzzy fur is a perfect disguise for a keen-eyed undercover police dog like you. Fizz tingled all over. Surely he was dreaming. Benny was bouncing and everyone was cheering except Amadeus, who muttered something nasty under his breath. Congratulations, Undercover Agent Fizz, said Sergeant Stern. I know you're going to do a great job. Fizz puffed out his fluffy chest so far he thought he would nearly burst. Oh, that's such a cute picture. If only his family were here to share in his excitement. Then from way back in the crowd came a bustling and a rustling, and his family burst through the cheering dogs. Look at his family! The first undercover police dog in our family. I just couldn't be prouder, said Fizz's father. You'll look after all that beautiful fur, won't you, Sugar Plum? After all, it's an important part of your undercover disguise, says Fizz's mother. Yes, Mom, I promise, said Fizz. Bella, Crystal, Puff Pup, and Fluff Pup gave Fizz a happy group hug. How did you know I was here? Asked Fizz. Tom told us, said Fizz's mother. He knows we only want the best for you, and besides, he knew you could do it. Aww. Fizz snuggled into his mother's soft fur. What's all this? Said Sergeant Stern, breaking up the family gathering. It's straight home and into bed for you, Fizz. Training starts tomorrow. Woohoo! Cheered Fizz. I can't wait. Aww. The story continues in Book 2, Fizz and the Dog Academy Rescue. And we do have these books at our school. You will not want to miss out on this next book. And there we go. Go on to the orange one, then the green one, and then the purple one. The Police Dog Tryouts. Hope you enjoyed Fizz by Leslie Gibbs, an Australian writer.